everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are doing fine and you all are safe. And like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with another book that I finished. It's called The Quartet in Autumn. It's by Barbara Pym. That's how it looks. It's a paper bag. The book is set in London in the it's the post-war time around 1970s, and it's about these four people. That's hence the word quartet. These four people, they go to the same office, and two men and two women. They go to the same office and they share the same room cabin, but none of them actually are friends. They don't consider each other as friends, and in fact they don't even meet after the office hours, although they do talk with each other very little during the office hours, but after office hours there's absolutely no contact. The common thing which is among all these four people is loneliness. They are basically, all four of them are partnerless. They do not have any partners, and none of them are living with their immediate or family members. They're basically all alone, living alone, and yeah, they're basically suffering from loneliness also because because they have no one around and they're soon to be retired. So that's like the common things among all these four people. Now, talking about these four characters, the first one is Edwin. He is a widower. He's also someone whose hobby is to basically hop around different churches and attend the different activities and events organized by the church. The second is Marcia. Marcia is someone who's recently had breast cancer and she's kind of recovering from the whole treatment. Also, she fears that there's going to be another war, so she keeps hoarding so many milk bottles and canned food. And though in spite of all the hoarding, she doesn't eat really, and I think is almost anorexic. The third is Letty, the second woman of the story. She's someone, she has a friend who lives at the countryside, and her whole idea is that after I retire I'm going to go and live with this friend. But suddenly the friend falls in love with the man who is really younger to her, and now that plan kind of seems dicey. And the last guy, who is Norman. One second, I think I forgot. Norman, yeah, he's Norman. He's someone who has anger issues. He can barely keep his anger in check. And we also read about that he often visits his brother-in-law in the hospital and to meet him. So yeah, this is what a little background about all these four characters. Now somewhere as we reach halfway through the story, where we read about all these characters and the interaction in the office space, halfway through the story, both the women, that is Letty and Marcia, they retire. And once they retire, we read about how these two ladies basically fill their days, while Marcia is really fed up because she's an old lady. She's fed up with this social worker, a young girl who keeps coming on checking on her. And Letty, fills her days. She's kind of formed this rapport with her new lady. So that's how these two, women are filling up their days. While the guys in the office, they often wonder what these girls are up to. But although, like I said, they never have any contact outside the office hours. Some of the events, keep bringing them together. However, always these events are not for good. But obviously I can't share the events that bring them together. You'll have to read the book for that, because that's kind of the climax, I would say, that turns around the story. I would just say that the book, although sounds little sad and the overall theme is sad, it ends on a I would say a positive note where there is hope for each of the characters. What this book does is it I would say it strongly makes you feel about the plight of the old and retired people, especially people who live alone. The kind of uncertainties they have in mind. What am I going to do after I retire? How am I going to afford a lot of things? How am I going to fill up my days? And the loneliness that they go through, because there's no family, there's no immediate family, there are no friends and no one around. Everyone has moved on. So I think, yeah, that is what you read about. And at certain instances, reading about the emotions that each of these four characters go through, you just feel sad and you wouldn't want to be in the same position. That's all I can say. My only issue with this book was, I understand the overall theme and the message, but my only issue with the book was that, none of the characters were really engaging. There was nothing to hold on to as a reader. So I didn't really enjoy the read as much. Like, The theme and the overall topic was quite dull. The characters were dull, so as a reader I couldn't really hold on to the book. So yeah, that's all on this book. But I think at the end of this review, I just would like to say, if you know someone around you who is an old person and they don't really have anyone around them, please reach out to them in any way. See if you can have a conversation and help them, and be friends with them. You never know that they won't always say that they're looking for company, and that is what was also in this book. That both the women, when they retire, they're always very shy to tell people about that yes, they do feel lonely, or they are in search of company, or something is missing from their life. So there's always that ego. I would say that I'm not going to accept that yes, I'm lonely. So yes, if there are such people around you, they might always not express that they're looking for company. But if you think that someone around you like that, please reach out to them and see if you can be friends, or at least have a normal conversation with them. Yeah, that's all that I have to say about this book. And in general, I'm going to see you guys next week with another book review. Till then, take care, bye bye, and yes, please keep reading.